See, interest on PPF with State Bank of India. Let it be any bank, let it be any company. If it is PPF, Public Provident Fund, it will be fully exempted. So we will write a note for rupees 678. Interest on National Savings Certificates, 8th issue, fully taxable. Interest on National Savings Certificates, 8th issue. It is interest. Interest is taxable until it is disclosed. See, if interest in the bracket, it will be disclosed, it is exempted. If it is not disclosed in the bracket, so it is fully taxable. Write down. Interest on National Savings Certificates, 8th issue, outer column 10,300. That means it is fully taxable. So get me the final answer. What is the total figure? That is, the total of all the figures in
30,000.
the outer column. Repeat again. Repeat once again.
Ma'am, 30,000.
30,000. Okay. So 30,000 is your net taxable income from other sources. Now write down the notes. Note was related to point number 2. Write down. Consultation, our point number 1. Note number 1. Consultation and visiting fees for a doctor is income from profession, not income from other sources. Consultation and visiting fees for a doctor is income from profession, not income from other sources. Is it clear? First note, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, interest on PPF, last note. Interest on PPF is fully exempted. Interest on PPF is fully exempted. Okay. So our net taxable income is 30,000. Is it clear, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, Mr. Akshay lives in a rented house property with Gokul Dham from an annual, Gokul Dham, the annual rent of which is 12,000 per annum, 12,000 per annum. Half of the property has been subletted by him at a monthly rent of 750 during the year he received. Now, subletting. This is the new point for you. Let me explain you. Subletting means what? See, suppose I am living in a rented house. Your house. It is your house. You are the owner of the house. Okay. Suppose you are the owner of the house. You have given me on the rent. Now I will take the permission from you and I will call somebody else to live on the rent. And he will pay it to me. I will pay it to you. Are you getting my point? See, you have given me on rent and that same house, taking your permission, of course, your permission will be required to, owner's permission will be required. So, if owner gives you the permission, then, then I may call somebody else to live on the rent. And that rent I will receive. I will receive that rent. And of course, I will have to pay it to you also. So I will receive rent from subletting property. Sublet. First, letting was done. Letting was done by the owner to the tenant. Now, tenant will let the house property. It is not his house. He will have to take the permission from the owner. So, tenant means kiraidar. So, tenant will sublet the property to somebody else. Now, both will live together. Now that Mr. C, suppose next person to whom you have subletted is Mr. C. Mr. C will pay to me and I will pay to you. Are you getting my point? Is it clear what is subletting?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
Income from other sources only. Subletting income is income from, See, income from house rent is income from house property. But if I'm receiving subletting income, income from subletting the house property, not letting the house property. If you are renting the house property and you are receiving rent, it will be income from house property. But if you are subletting, you are a tenant, you are not the owner. Okay, you are a tenant and you are subletting the house property with the owner's permission and you are receiving any amount of income, it will be income from other sources. Remember this thing. Okay. By logic, no, it is not your house. So it cannot be taken into income from house property. Subletting cannot be taken into income from house property. Why? Because there we have a condition that income must be in sorry that house must be owned by the owner. I mean the house property which is let out, it should be owned. It should not be rent. I mean it should not be what to say, borrowed property. Okay, it should be owned property for income from house property. When we were doing that chapter, income from house property, we had first condition that if you are keeping your house on rent, it should be your own house. If it is your own house, you keep it on rent and you earn rental income from that house, it will be income from house property. But now in this case, subletting case, it is not your own house. It is the owner's house. And you in fact you are also living on the rent. Now you are taking the permission of the owner to let somebody else also live in the house. And that person will pay it to you. I mean tenant. Okay. So in this case, subletting income is always remember subletting income is income from other sources. Next, we have few interests: winning from crossword puzzle, dividend from Indian companies, and last is compute income from other sources. So let us start. Every income is related to, I think, income from other sources only. So let us start. Let us begin with this first point, subletting income. Write down. Listen very carefully. Huh? You are a tenant, Mr. Akshay. Mr. Akshay is an SSC and he's a tenant. He is not owner of the house. He is a tenant of the house. See, it is written Mr. Akshay lives in a rented house, Gokuldham. And he pays the rent 12,000 per annum. Okay. Now he has subletted the house to somebody else and he is receiving the rent, monthly rent 750. Okay. So what is his income? Can you tell me? What is his income? How much is it?
9,000.
750 into
12.
into 12. Very good. Write down. Write down the first point. Write down. I will tell you. Write down the first point. Subletting income. Subletting income. Make a bracket 750 into 12 because it is monthly rent, no? So 750 into 12. So what is 750 into 12? How much 750 into 12 is?
9,000.
9,000 in the inner column. Wait, huh? Don't write anything without like before I say, please don't write anything. Okay, so 9,000 should be written in the inner column. Why inner column now? Will you tell me something about Gokuldham which was given on the rent to Mr. Akshay? See, Mr. Akshay was living in a rented house and that rent from that rented house he is earning income 9,000. From that rented house he is earning income, that is 9,000, right? But the same rented house he is paying rent also. He is paying rent also. How much rent he is paying? How much rent he is paying? 12,000. Right? 12,000 he is paying, no? So 12,000 will be deducted. That is an expense. But wait, huh? Now see, 12,000 is paid. 12,000 is paid by Mr. Akshay, and Mr. Akshay earns. Okay, half of the property has been subletted by him and at a monthly rent of 750. Now 750 into 12. What he earns is 9,000. Now what he pays is 12,000. I cannot deduct the expense more than what I receive as an income. My income is 9,000. So expense can also be deducted 9,000 only. Are you getting my point? Income will be deducted 9,000 only. Because my income, expenses will be deducted up to 9,000 only because my income is 9,000. Are you getting my point? My income from subletting house property is 9,000. And what I pay to my owner is 12,000. But I cannot deduct 9,000 में से 12,000 कैसे deduct कर सकते हैं? From 9,000, how can you deduct 12,000? Therefore, from 9, maximum deduction is available up to 9 only, no? If you have in your pocket 9,000, how much can you spend? The maximum amount, how much can you spend? 9. If in your pocket 9,000 is there, how much can you spend? The maximum amount. 9,000 only, no? You cannot spend 12,000. You don't have only. Okay, similarly, if your income is 9,000, expenses can be deducted up to 9,000 only. Write down less. Write down less. Rent paid for that same house. Rent paid for that same house from which you are earning subletting income, no? From that same house, you will have to pay rent also. For that same house, you will have to pay rent also. You are receiving rent and you are paying rent. So receiving rent is your income. Paying rent of the same house property will be your expense that can be deducted. Okay, because it is related expenditure. Okay, now what we have written, less rent paid for that same house, 9,000. So 9,000 minus 9,000 will be outer column. What the answer will be?
Nil.
Nil. Very good. Nil. Why? Because your income was 9,000. How can your expense be 12,000? No. It is there. I know it is there. But you can deduct up to 9,000 only. Okay. So here we have a printing mistake in the solution. Here they have written income from subletting property is 12,000. But in question, our subletting income is 9,000. Here they have done a mistake. Half of the property has been subletted by him at a monthly rent of 750. Clearly, it is written 750 into 12. So your subletting income is 9,000, not 12,000. In the solution, here it is a mistake. Please don't see here. It is a printing mistake here. Follow my words. Okay. Next, second point. We have an interest. So many interests are there. See, interest from post office, interest from PPF, interest from fixed deposit with Bank of Baroda, interest on saving national saving certificate. 4 type of interest. Can you tell me all taxable? Whether all are taxable, whether all are exempted, few are taxable, few are exempted. Can you tell me which one is like exempted, taxable?
Post office saving is exempted.
Very good, very good,
Exempted.
very good. Okay, so what about third and fourth? Taxable.
Ma'am, fully taxable.
Fully taxable. Fully taxable. Write down. Interest on post office saving bank. Post office, it is related to post office, no? Therefore, it is fully exempted. So we will write a note for this. Interest on PPF, we will write a note for this because just now in the previous sum, we have done PPF with any bank, with any company. It is fully exempted. Now write down interest on fixed deposit with Bank of Baroda. Outer column 11,875 fully taxable. It is fully taxable now. Fixed deposit with any bank, it is fully taxable. Any company. Be it any company, any bank, any insurance company, it will be fully taxable because it is fixed deposit. So interest on fixed deposit with Bank of Baroda, outer column 11,875. Next, interest on national savings certificate, fully taxable. Just now we did in the earlier sum. In the previous sum also we did national savings certificates, no? So it is fully taxable. 2,125 rupees outer column. Next, winning from crossword puzzle in the newspaper daily. Daily means daily newspaper is there. Yeah, daily is the name of the newspaper, and you play that crossword puzzle in that, and you have won 8,000. You have won 8,000 rupees. You had won 8,000 rupees from that crossword puzzle. Tell me, is it taxable or exempted?
Ma'am, fully taxable.
Fully taxable. Very good. Like a lottery ticket, it is fully taxable. So it's a game that you are playing, no? For winning a game, you will be chargeable to tax. Fully taxable, 8,000 outer column. Dividend from Indian companies. Can you tell me?
Exempted.
Fully exempted. Very
Ma'am,
good.
fully exempted.
So we will write a note for this. Last, compute is income from other sources. So can you tell me the total of all? This will not match.
22,000.
This will not match.
Ma'am,
because-
22,000.
Yes.
2,000.
Yes. How much is it? Please repeat again.
22,000.
Ma'am, 22,000.
Okay. Okay. Anyways, the total will not match because here 3,000 is wrong. Okay, our solution is right. Okay, so write down the notes. Note number 1 is interest on post office saving bank account and PPF from State Bank of India. Write it together. Interest from post office saving bank account and PPF with State Bank of India are fully exempted. Both interests are fully exempted. Next, dividend from second point, dividend from Indian companies is fully exempted. Dividend from Indian companies is fully exempted. Is it clear, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Just give me a minute. Let me look at the question. Let me find out the question. So let us begin with illustration number 10. This is also a very good question. We will get to learn many new things. See, Mr. Kiran More, a technical director of a reputed concern, gives you the following information for the previous year 1920. So first I expect you to write the information related to Mr. Kiran. Write down SSC, legal status, previous year, PAN card number, assessment year, write down the statement heading computation of income from other sources, and we need 3 columns, particulars, inner and outer column. Let me know once you are done. Okay, so let's start. Point number 1, receive 35,800 as interest on fixed deposit with Bank of India, and TDS is 105%. Now TDS means tax deduction at source. Now whenever we earn interest, interest on fixed deposit, tax is deducted and then the amount is given on the hand. Suppose you are receiving interest 35,800. 35,800 is not the total amount. Tax has been deducted and then it is given to you. Are you getting my point? So always remember whenever we calculate any type of income, income from salary, income from house property, income from business, income from capital gains, income from other sources, any type of income we calculate, it should be gross, it should be total. No tax should be deducted from that particular income. If it is deducted, then you have to add it back. Now, what is the reason? What is the reason? The reason is if tax is deducted, why are we counting the income then? We are counting the income, we are calculating the income so that we come to know what is our total income on which government should charge the tax. So if income is already deducted, why we are taking that income into consideration? Are you understanding the concept of TDS? TDS should not be deducted. If it is deducted, then you have to add it back. Now, in this case, TDS is deducted. See written. TDS is 105%. That means 5% will be TDS, no? Wait. So, see, it is 10. I'm sorry, it is not 105. It is a printing mistake here. It is 10.5. See, in the solution also they are giving you 10.5. It is not 105. It is 10.5. It cannot be 105. No, 105%. मतलब जितना अमाउंट मिला उससे वो 100 होता है. जितना अमाउंट मिला वो 100. 105 मतलब अमाउंट से भी ज्यादा टैक्स कटेगा, ऐसे थोड़ी होता है. It should be 10.5%. Huh? Sorry, it is a printing mistake in the textbook. It is 10.5%. So now please see, look here, I will tell you how to calculate. TDS is deducted. Now we need to add it back. So 35,800 is equals to, see 10.5 is deducted, no? So 100 minus 10.5. Can you tell me what is the total? 100 minus 10.5. What is the amount? 89.5.
89.55.
Yeah. So 35,800 is 89.5%. Why it is 89.5? Because 10.5% is deducted. Okay. So what will be my 10 point? If it is, sorry, if this amount is 89.5%, then what will be my 10.5%? Question. So can you tell me now what is the figure after cross multiplication? What is the figure after cross multiplication? Yes, please repeat again.
4,200.
Yes, this is the amount of
Ma'am,
TDS.
4,200.
Yes, this is the amount of TDS. Okay, so this working note you have to make. And then we will add it back. This is the working note that you have to make. Make it somewhere, no? Side में आप बना लीजिए. ठीक है? अब देखिए. 35,800. In that 4,200 was deducted. Now we need to add it back. So how we need to write? Write down interest on fixed deposit. First point. Interest on fixed deposit. Inner column 35,800. Inner column 35,800. Next line, add TDS. Add TDS. And what is the amount of TDS? Look at the screen. What is the amount of TDS?
4,000.
Yes. Yes. And that you need to add. 4,200 is the amount that you need to add. So the outer column will be
Outer column 40,000.
40,000.
how much?
40,000.
40,000. Okay. Next. Received 24,000 as agricultural income. So what we need to do is, tell me.
Exempted.
Uh,
Exempted income.
Exempted income. Very good. It is fully exempted, so we need to write a note. Received 4,450 interest on company deposit. TDS is 550 rupees. Now TDS directly given 550. It is not percentage. It is rupees 550. So interest on company deposit. Is it fully taxable?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Write down. Second point. Interest on company deposits. Wait, 4,440 has to be written in the inner column. Why? Because TDS is deducted, no? 550. So 4,450 add TDS. Look at the solution part here at the screen. Interest on company deposit, inner column 4,450, add TDS 550. 550 is already given in the bracket. See? You just have to add it back. So what will be the total in the outer column?
5,000.
Very good.
Ma'am,
5,000.
5,000.
Very good. Next point. Received 1,500 interest on deposits in post office saving bank.
Exempted.
Very good. It is fully
Ma'am, fully
exempt.
exempted.
Fully exempted because it is related to post office saving bank. Therefore, it is fully exempted. Next point. Received 2,100. Please look at this point very carefully. Let me see who answers correctly. Received 2,100 from dividend, as a dividend from Reliance Industries Limited at the rate 21% on 100 shares of 100 each purchased by him at 170 each.
Ma'am, fully exempted.
Very good. Very good. There is no point in reading all these things at the rate 21% on 100 shares, 100 each, purchased at 170. No point in reading because dividend which is amounted rupees 2,100 is fully exempted because it is received from Indian company. We will write a note for this.
Company.
Yes, if it is Indian company, then fully exempted. But it should be dividend from Indian company. If it is interest from Indian company, it is fully taxable. Okay. So for fifth point, we will write a note. Received directors board meeting fees, rupees 200 per meeting. And Mr. Kiran More attended 5 meetings. Can you tell me, is this income fully taxable?
1,000.
Yes, fully taxable. So 200 into 5 meetings. Per meeting, for one meeting, you will receive 200. Mr. Kiran More has attended 5 meetings. So one meeting, 200. How much for 5 meetings?
1,000, ma'am.
1,000. Very good. So fully taxable. Write down directors board meeting fees. Write down directors board meeting fees. Bracket 200 into 5. 200 into 5. 5 means 5 meetings. 200 means per meeting, the amount of per meeting. Outer column 1,000 fully taxable. Now, very important. Very, very important. Family pension after death of Kiran More. After the death of Mrs. Kiran More. Wife of Kiran More, suppose wife of Kiran More was working somewhere. And after her death, the pension will be received by husband Kiran More. Okay. So it is known as family pension. Always remember, if it is pension, then it is income from salary. Because pension is received by me only. Now, suppose if I'm not there, no. If I am not there, if I am dead, then family pension will be received by my husband, my children, my family. That is known as family pension. Is that very clear? What is the difference between pension and family pension?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So family pension. Now remember this point. Family pension is always an income from other sources. It is not pension that I am receiving. No, I am receiving the pension of my wife. Now, because she is no more, I am receiving her pension. That is known as family pension in this case. Is that very clear? Mr. Kiran More is not receiving pension. He is receiving her wife's pension. And that is known as family pension. And family pension is income from other sources. Okay. So now how much pension was there? 2,500 per month. See, always remember family pension is रुको मैं ना इस पे करके बताती हूँ आपको सेम डॉक्यूमेंट में यहाँ पे see how it has to be written. Family pension, first you have to write in the inner column how much you have received. How much did you receive? 2,500 per month. That means into 12. What should